Hello there.
General Kenobi.
I'm Greg Sanders, the Sexy Jedi. Welcome back. So, it's the summer of gaming. Summer Game Fest has happened. I'm sure we're still poised for a number of big announcements and big events to go on. And in terms of gaming, and in terms of what keeps you coming back for gaming, I wanted to start, because again, legitimately, we're starting this conversation. I wanted to start a conversation on multiplayer. It's an interesting topic for me. I love multiplayer games, and I understand the drive that multiplayer games is more likely, at least in terms of how the business perceives it. Multiplayer games are more likely to keep people coming back, whether that's cooperative or competitive. And multiplayer games exist in various different pockets. They're free to play, subscription based, live service based. They're single purchase based, at least, back in the day. Halo 3 is, significant multiplayer. You bought it, that's it, and you played it. And so there's a lot of different avenues for it. So my first question to everyone watching, what is your preferred multiplayer experience? Is it cooperative? Is it competitive? Within that, because I think this is a little bit of a two-parter. But within is it cooperative or is it competitive? Do you feel as though a single game can offer robust, meaningful, cooperative, and competitive gameplay mechanics, or is it more important to just focus on one? That is to say, again, as an example, Halo has a co-op campaign and then it has competitive multiplayer. World of Warcraft has PvP and then it has PvE in terms of raiding and questing, where you're raiding and questing, against AI enemies and opponents. Do you think that there is a balance that games strike, or do you feel like one always suffers? Because again, this is all subjective. Absolutely, this is all subjective, but that's kind of what we're gauging. We're approaching this topic and we're trying to get feedback. We're trying to generate this kind of discussion in terms of what is your view on it as a consumer? What is your favorite multiplayer game? But if you'll allow, what is your favorite competitive multiplayer experience, and what is your favorite cooperative multiplayer experience? And those are two that I'm really interested in knowing. And again, honest, legitimate transparency. Why, whatever your favorite competitive game is, why is it your favorite competitive game? And in terms of cooperative, why is it your favorite cooperative game? So again, these are all really, basic questions, but it's about starting the conversation. It's about finding, where we're going to start digging, right? So we'll answer these, and then we'll get the rollout on what that next stage is, because I'm really interested in the feedback, especially what comes back in terms of the games that are named here. If there's any overlap, if one game wins out, if a lot of people name a certain game for competitive or cooperative, and again, what are your favorite experiences? Do you prefer competitive? Do you prefer cooperative? And obviously, if you're somebody who enjoys only single player, that's fine. That's absolutely fair and fine. This specific topic, because again, I want to get it locked, this doesn't really adhere to that. The goal is to narrow down these questions. If you only play single player, then it doesn't really add to the conversation. So again, as I say, it's about taking from these choices of a multiplayer experience. This isn't a question of do you prefer multiplayer or single player. That's a different topic all on its own, which again, absolutely a topic that I also want to get feedback on, but that's not, for the sake of statistics and for the sake of staying focused, that's not this video's topic. This video topic is removing that from the conversation, whether or not you prefer single player or multiplayer, and we're just talking about multiplayer and different avenues of multiplayer. So cooperative multiplayer, competitive multiplayer, your preferences, what you prefer, what you think is done better, what you think is weaker, what games you think have done competitive multiplayer the best, what games you think have done cooperative multiplayer the best. So let's get those answered, and then we'll get to the next stage of this conversation. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I want to thank my patrons so much for their support and for making this content possible. If you're able, please consider following that description and clicking on our link to our Patreon. We have 2 tiers available, a $3 tier and a $5 tier. At that $5 tier, you are a Patreon producer, and your name is added to the credits of all of our products, novels, games, and every video. In addition to a number of special goodies, Discord access, monthly newsletters, and all of that. So thank you so much. Also in the description is a link to our Discord community, The Tower. And finally, there is a link to my debut novel, 89 Instrument of Destruction. Please check that out on Amazon. Thank you so much. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, share our stuff with your friends. It all helps immensely with YouTube's analytics and algorithms. Above all else and most importantly, stay safe, take care of others, have a legendary day. Bye, everyone.